Welcome back, summer science students. It's Miss Wistowski. I have officially started the countdown. We have, including today, 7 lessons left until we have our official, summer break. So we are in week 3 and we are in lesson 4. Just a reminder, everything in yellow should be done by now. These are quizzes, and they're just the quizzes for week 3 so far. So please remember you have 2 quizzes per day, 5 lessons, so 10 quizzes a week. So by the time we finish up this week, you should have 30 quizzes. So please, if you have some extra time and you're behind, try to catch up because I don't want you stressing for next week when we only have 5 lessons left. All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to read the endocrine system all the way to the endocrine glands, and we're going to take the 2 quizzes associated with those 2 chapters. Okay, so how do we get to the lesson for today? We're still on unit 2. So you click on that, this screen will pop up, and we've moved down to 5, folder 5. So yesterday we were at folder 4, the nervous system, but today we are in folder 5, the endocrine and reproductive system, and we are doing the whole folder today. All right, so let's get started on our grad point summary. Remember, this is just what I think is the most important points from the entire 2 chapters. And it's just a summary, so it's not everything, but you should walk away from the lesson understanding these main points. So we're in a new system today, and an organ system that helps control both daily activities and growth and development is the endocrine system. So here's a picture of the endocrine system in females and males. And it's a system of glands. So glands are something in your body that produces something or secretes something. And what glands do is they produce a chemical called hormone. So you guys have probably heard of the word hormone before. It's really important when you kind of transition from child to adult during puberty. But hormones, again, are part of our daily lives as well. So it's not just for puberty. And a hormone is a chemical messenger that tells your body what to do. So we talked about a chemical messenger yesterday in the nervous system. The official name for chemical messengers in the nervous system is called the neurotransmitter, but a hormone is a little bit different because that's going to send messages kind of all over your body, and we're going to learn that they'll travel all over your body and not just limited to your brain. Okay, so a hormone, I like to say, is specific or picky because it will only act on a specific target cell. So when you have a hormone, it's kind of like an enzyme. It's only going to act on one thing. For example, the hormone estrogen will act on the organ where a woman stores her egg cells. That's also known as the ovary. So estrogen is not going to work on any other cells but the cell in the ovary. It's not going to work on the cells in the stomach or the liver, just on the cells in the ovary. So I just told you that hormones only act on certain cells or target cells, but they can act on target cells that are far away in the body. The hormone doesn't need to be right next to the target cell in order to control it. Hormones can travel through the bloodstream to get to other parts of the body. And because of this, hormones can regulate or control activities in tissues far away from the endocrine gland, and that's going to be the gland that secretes it. So let's look at this picture. I mean, it kind of looks like a bunch of bowling balls, but it's just a diagram. So I've got hormones in that gland, and they're going to be secreted, and then they're going to hop a ride on the blood vessel. And if they're in one blood vessel, they can get to all parts of the body. It's like the highway of the body, the blood vessels. And then it will hop off on the target cell and kind of boss that target cell around. So let's give an example of a hormone called adrenaline. We talked about that before. And this is released on the adrenal gland, which is on the top of your kidneys. Okay, so it looks like the adrenal gland is like a hat that sits on top of the kidneys. Here's where the kidneys are in the body. But what does the adrenaline do? It will increase breathing and heart rate. So that's kind of far from where the kidneys are, but again, adrenaline is going to travel in the bloodstream. And remember, we said in a previous lesson that adrenaline will give us an energy burst. And that's like really important when you're playing sports or when you're in a situation where you need to move really fast, like if you're in danger and need to run away. So again, it's located on the kidney, but it can travel to the heart and to the lungs. All right, please stop, pause, because we're done with the endocrine system, and I'd like you to take the quiz, the endocrine system. Again, my suggestion, rewind the video a few minutes, watch it one more time, and then go take the quiz, or watch it one more time, go to the quiz, and play the video while you watch the quiz. Moving on. Remember that the endocrine system releases hormones from endocrine glands. That's what makes the hormones, and that's what releases the hormones, the endocrine glands. So let's talk about some important glands in your body. So let's talk about the pituitary gland. This is like the king of glands because it controls all other endocrine glands, and it's located in the brain. It's really small, like maybe the size of a bean in your brain, but it controls basically all the other glands. It's like the boss. Okay, also in your brain is a gland called the hypothalamus. And that gland is really important because it links the endocrine and the nervous system. Again, it's also located in the brain. So here it is in this picture. Pituitary and hypothalamus are kind of close together. Next is a thyroid. And that makes a bunch of hormones that help control the body in lots of aspects in the body, breathing, digestion, heart rate, and that's located in the neck. And if you're female, you're going to have ovaries that make estrogen for the female reproductive system. So here's an ovary, and that's basically where a woman stores her egg. That's the function of an ovary. Now we know that the endocrine glands make hormones, but they're not going to do this all the time. So they're going to be like a TV that when it realizes that the power is on for too long, it'll automatically shut down. Or like when you're watching a show on Netflix for a long time and Netflix realizes that and makes a message asking if you're still watching. Yes, Netflix, I am. Stop being rude. Okay, so the endocrine glands do not make hormones all the time. They are like a device that has an automatic shut-off system. When the amount of a particular hormone reaches a certain level in the blood, the endocrine system will send signals to stop releasing the hormone. So let me give you an example. Now, you don't need to know the example for your quiz, but I just want you to look and listen. So we're going to talk about blood glucose level. So remember that glucose is a type of small sugar. So another way of saying blood glucose level, I could say blood sugar level. And if you know anyone with diabetes, you know that it's really important for them to monitor their blood sugar levels. Okay, so I want my blood glucose levels to be pretty balanced. Now, if my body notices that my blood sugar is low, it'll release a hormone that raises blood sugar. Okay, and then it will bring my blood sugar back to the balance level, but then it might accidentally raise it a little bit more, especially if I'm eating food that's high in sugar. And my blood sugar might get too high. And then when my body realizes that, it's going to release a hormone that lowers blood sugar. And again, we want to get to that balanced where blood sugar levels are, the perfect amount. And if that dips below or raises above, we're going to release a hormone. But we're not just going to release one hormone all the time. Then that would not make my blood sugar balanced. Okay, so stop. We are done with the endocrine glands. Go and take that quiz, please. Again, rewind the video to help you. At least watch it one more time. That's a surefire way to get a better score on your quiz. And when you're done with me for today. See you tomorrow.